So Wisconsin takes down Northwestern 71-63 in what I thought was a pretty sleepy environment in the Kohl Center, where you have kids on Christmas break, you have a blizzard coming through Wisconsin, so there were a lot of empty seats, and it was kind of dead in that arena. And you could kind of feel that transfer over to the players, where Wisconsin, they came out pretty flat. And if it weren't for Klesmit's three first half threes to get some energy flowing into Wisconsin, to breathe some life into them, this game could have been much different. But Northwestern, credit to them, they brought the energy, especially on defense. But their problem was they could hit the broadside of the barn to start the game. They start off 0 from 5 from 3, and then they finally made a 3 when Boo Booey banked one in to get them on the board from deep. But Northwestern's offensive execution was not there at the beginning, which was huge for a flat Wisconsin team. But yeah, you had Klesmit, and then you had a Siegen come in for a few minutes, give Wisconsin a big spark. And once again, I gotta hammer on this. Once again, I've said it a lot of times this year. People who listen to this channel are probably getting annoyed by this, but Tyler Wall, once again, his ability to move his feet at 6'9" laterally is so impressive. What he did to Boo Booey for 10 seconds when the shot clock was winding down, it was like Kevin Love versus Steph Curry in the NBA Finals back in the day. But he was cutting off Boo Booey to the spot, and he forced a shot clock violation. He did the same thing to Barnheiser in a key moment in the second half, where Wall's ability at 6'9" to not only cut off someone, but beat them to the spot. And then it catches dudes off guard, where they oftentimes fall on their face when Wall beats them to the spot and they're not expecting it. But yeah, back to Max Klesmit, 24 points today, 42 points in his last 3 games. He's an absolute dog. And the thing about Klesmit is, where it's underrated, is he's not your Josh Gosser, Zach Showalter kind of role player in the offense, where he's more of a catch and shoot guy. No, he can score, getting to the hoop. When he gets ahead of steam down to towards the hoop, he can really move fast. He gets ahead of steam, and he's like a running back getting to that hoop. And then he can score from the mid-range, and then he can create for himself off a 3, where you can be curling him off screens. He can score off the dribble from 3. Klesmit's offensive and defensive game is highly impressive. He's an absolute dog, both ends, the chippiness, the enforcer for Wisconsin. Can't say enough about Max Klesmit. He is another option for Wisconsin when the shot clock's winding down. Last year was really just Chucky, but now this year you got Chucky deferring a lot to Klesmit and Store when the clock's winding down. Gard had the ball in Klesmit's hands. It didn't work out at the end of the first half, but Gard had the ball in Klesmit's hands instead of anybody else to close out that first half. So, yeah, this team has a variety of options to beat you, and the depth is there, where you have no idea who's going to score the most points each game. It could be anybody on any given night, and that is such a good sign for Wisconsin. Under the Greg Gard tenure, depth has been a problem. There's no doubt about it. His benches have not been super deep. There's been a lot of years where there hasn't been a lot of production. This is a different case. You have depth, you have athleticism. This is just a different kind of Greg Gard team. And Chucky Hepburn deserves a shout out. He didn't put up many shots today, but his defense on Boo Booey. Boo was getting the best of him that first half. But the thing is, Chucky came in so locked in that second half. Boo Booey did not make a field goal for the last 14:37. He was so locked in and tenacious on defense, where Booey only made 2 free throws the last 14:37 after dominating that first half and early into that second half. I was thinking to myself, I would love to see Kamari McGee get a shot at Boo Booey, because he's another guy who can really move his feet, can really D up, and so can Chucky. But I just thought a different look. I always think McGee is really good against small guards, but no, Chucky came out locked in, clamped up Boo Booey, did a great job. And another dub for Wisconsin, and this is going to sound crazy, I'll say it again, but I think Wisconsin's going to be the favorite in every game the rest of January, and I think there is a pretty solid chance they win out the rest of January. I'm calling my shot right now.